So my name is Romanus Berg. I was born to German parents in Guatemala. Probably one of my first experiences in life was experiencing the disparity between folks that had access to resources and folks that didn't in terms of what they were able to do in life. And I think that's a thread that has pursued me all throughout my life. And so after getting my undergraduate degree in computer mathematical and physical sciences, I thought I was going to go on to study journalism because I thought, once I've understood how things work, I could understand how the world works and then translate that for the betterment and service of humanity. What ended up happening is that I came across my first experience with the browser, Mosaic, I think it was called at the time. And what I saw unfolding in front of me was this peer-to-peer network where everyone can contribute and everyone can benefit. And that thread kind of came full circle for me. Went to learn as much as I could. It wasn't being taught, so I was self-taught and gained a lot of responsibility in the private sector and found myself challenged but not fulfilled for the very reasons I think that I articulated before, is that these inequities continued. And I think a pivotal moment was when I found myself years later working for an organization that was chartered with protecting the world's oceans. That, gosh, even if we save 3/4 of the planet and society goes to heck in a handbasket, what have we really done? So I started working with social entrepreneurs because you can find problems all around, but it's often easy to miss the folks that are actually working on solutions. And so I was very fortunate to learn from an organization called Ashoka and its founder Bill Drayton that there is nothing more powerful than a system-changing idea in the hands of a top-notch social entrepreneur. And when you look at what Lifeline has been doing since its inception, it has been supporting those local social entrepreneurs from the very beginning. And you can see that in the operations in Haiti, you can see that in the stove operation, and you can see it also in what we call operation and maintenance for water points. And you might think that the story begins and ends with the delivery of a borehole or the delivery of a fuel-efficient stove for a poor family. And I would say that is necessary but not sufficient. And when you talk to every one of our leaders here at Lifeline, you see a passion and a commitment to ensuring that there is a self-sustaining element of these communities to self-actualize. And both of those two things are critical. So what you would expect to find with really wonderful and smart people is that you solve or begin to solve the problem at hand. So access to water, access to safe fire for cooking. They are monumental challenges. But that's actually not the complete story. The complete story actually is that when you help communities have a common place, common resource that they now own, their identity and their understanding shifts. That's one piece. The second piece is when they then are able to maintain these resources for themselves, not only do they learn to manage those autonomously, but they also have learned how to do them in other areas that we can't yet predict. And that's profound. And so I envision a world in which every community member that wants the opportunity to self-actualize for themselves, whether that's around water, whether that's around clean cooking, whether that's around education, you name it, that they are given the opportunity to do so. Like so many of us have had the privilege of experiencing, we want, and all of us here are striving for a world in which that is the case. Because when one of us suffers, we all suffer. And when one of us succeeds, it is one more step towards a world that I would be very proud of. Thank you.
Die.